Welcome to SSR Pharma Media, your trusted source for pharma knowledge. Decode the Pharmaceutics MCQs made simple. Today we are going to discuss about Extraction Part-I. Prepare, practice, succeed. So extraction, under the extraction, today we are going to discuss about Part-I. Extraction, the quick revision point, infusion and decoction, maceration. So in that maceration, simple maceration and maceration with adjustment. So under the part 2, we will discuss next video. So what is extraction? So extraction is the treatment of plant or animal tissues with solvent to dissolve activate constituent. And inner matter remains undissolved. In this extraction, inner matters remains undissolved. It's called menstruum. So menstruum means it's a solvents used for extraction. Mark means it's an insoluble residue left after the extraction. So next is extraction. Main extraction methods. So these are all the main extraction methods: infusion, decoction, maceration, percolation, digestion. So macerations means soft part. So it's a short time process. Decoction means is a hard part and used boiling water. Boiling, that means it is boiled. Decoction is a boiled. Infusion should not boil. Maceration, soaking at room temperature. Percolation is a continuous solvent flow. Digestion means is a maceration and application of heat. And important preparations are, so extractions also called as galanicals. Another name of extraction is called galanicals. So important preparations in this extraction, we can prepare infusions, decoction, spirits, elixirs, extracts. So these are all called galanicals. So just a quick review a guide to the extraction process. So fundamental extraction methods are infusions. So in the infusions there are two types: fresh infusions, concentrated infusions. And next is the decoctions. So decoctions are applied for the heat, and digestions also applied heat, and macerations. So for infusion, do not apply the heat. So simply boiled waters or cool waters are added. But in decoctions we used to boil. And it's the digestions are applied heat and maceration process. So extraction process methods. So next is the maceration. So macerations are, it's a simple maceration, adjusted maceration, multiple maceration is a type of maceration. So multiple maceration is there are two types: double maceration and triple maceration. And next is the percolation techniques. Percolation techniques also three types: simple percolation, continuous percolation, concentrated percolations. Concentrated percolations against two types. So reserve percolations, modified percolations. So these are all the types of extractions process. So next is extraction process. So it is a flow chart. So previous slide we have seen is the diagrammatical representation. So this is the flow chart representation. So infusions are two types: infusion, fresh and concentrated infusions. And so decoctions are another type, macerations are another type. So and macerations are three types: simple maceration, maceration with adjustment, multiple maceration against two types. Same like that, percolations are three types: simple percolations process for concentrated, and continuous percolations. Again this concentrated percolations are two types. So reserve percolation process, modified percolation process, and final type is digestion. So this is a flow chart methods of extraction process. So we'll move into the questions. Extraction is defined as, option C is the answer: treatment of crude drug with a solvent to dissolve active constituent. The solvent used in extraction is called option B, menstruum. The insoluble residue left after extraction is known as, so option C, mark. Which of the following is not an extraction process? So option C, filtration. Preparations like infusions, decoction and elixirs are collectively called option B, galanicals. Next is the comparison of extraction methods like infusions and decoction. So infusions is a menstruum, it means solvent. Menstruum is also called as solvent. It's a cold or boiled water used as a solvent. In decoctions, we used to boil the drug along with the waters. So drug is boiled in water. And drug type is a drug having soft tissues like leaves and flowers. And in case of infusions, decoctions, so drug types of drugs are hard tissues and roots like bark. This roots and barks are extracted by using decoction method, but leaves and flowers and also tea and coffee also it is type of infusion method. We should not boil tea or coffee. So instead of boiling, we should use hot water or cold water to extract the coffee. It is coming under the infusions only, not a decoction. And third is the active constituent. So drug active constituent may be volatile, like essential oils are preserved. Volatile oils are extracted by using infusion method. But here active constituents of drug constituents should be non-volatile, like heat stable materials or therapeutic active substance are extracted by using decoction. And final volume is not adjusted, and here final volumes are adjusted under the decoction. So precautions, while boiling water is used, precautions are to be taken to prevent the heat escape by covering the vessels with a cloth. Here under the decoctions, no such precautions is required because the final volume is adjusted later. Which method is suitable for extracting volatile constituents? So option B, infusion. Decoction is most suitable for option C, hard plant materials like roots and bark. Which statement is true regarding infusion? So option B, vessel is covered to prevent heat loss. In which process is final volume adjustment necessary? So option B, decoction. Which of the following correctly differentiate infusion from decoction? So option C is the correct answer. Infusions mild extraction, decoction uses strong boiling. Next is the extraction. The extraction, simple maceration and maceration with adjustment. So simple maceration, so mainly organized drugs are extracted by using simple maceration process. So organized drugs means, so the drugs having defined structure like leaves, flowers. And unorganized drugs means without structure like gum, resins, like that. So organized means it has the defined structure like leaves, flowers, stem, bark. Unorganized drug means does not have any defined structure. For example, resins and gums, benzoin, resins and gums. So simple maceration drugs along with the whole of the menstruum is used in a maceration process. Drugs along with 4/5 of the menstruum is used in the maceration process. So next is the comparison of organized drugs and unorganized drugs maceration. So organized drug is simple maceration, unorganized drug maceration with adjustment. So solvent ratio whole menstruum plus drug. Solvent ratio 4/5 drugs and 1/4. and duration 7 days, here 2 to 7 days. Separation methods are strain and press the marks, here decant and mark is not pressed. The final step, the mixed pressed with macerate clarify by substance and filtrations, and here the filter and pass the remaining 1/5 through the filter to make up the final volume. Examples of the simple macerations are orange extraction, tincture of orange, tincture of lemon, tincture of capsicums are tincture of orange, tincture of lemon, tincture of capsicums are extracted by using simple maceration methods. And in case of maceration with adjustment, so compound tincture of benzoin, tincture of tolu, tincture of myrrh. So these are all the compound extracted by using maceration with adjustments. So these are all as an unorganized drug. Benzoin is a type of resin, tolu and myrrh. So in simple maceration, the drug is treated with, so option C, whole menstruum. Maceration with adjustment is used for, option B, unorganized drugs. In maceration with adjustment, the initial menstruum is used, option C, 4/5 volume. Duration of simple maceration is usually, option C, 7 days. In maceration with adjustment, the mark is, so option B, not pressed. Which step is unique to simple maceration? So option B, pressing of mark. Final volume adjustment is done in, so option B, maceration with adjustment. Which of the following is prepared by simple maceration? So option C, tincture of orange, like lemon, orange, capsicum. Which example belongs to maceration with adjustment? Option C, tincture of tolu. Which statement is true? So option C is the true. Organized drugs involves pressing of mark. In maceration with adjustment, the initial menstruum used is, so answer under the comment box. Thank you. So join in our WhatsApp community, you will get hands of material, and also check in the YouTube SSR Pharma Media and see the playlist. You will get series number of videos. Thank you. Like, subscribe and share.